All right, in this video we are looking to count the number of letters in text. So if you go here to sensing, and I actually have it already activated over here a little bit. So you can ask a question and you can get an answer, and you can actually use some options here and operators to do a number of different things. You could actually join and find the letter and length, but we're going to use length here. Now it does say just length of apple, and if I were to do something like this and just do looks, it would actually just tell me this. I can go ahead and put an event on it and just say space, and it's going to say 5 because it's going to count those letters and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? However, if we want to make it a little more interactive with a user, we can do sensing right here and ask a question. So we can do this separately, or I'm gonna do them separate. Let's go ahead, and I didn't want to activate that just yet. Let's go ahead and grab a space bar out of here, and we're just gonna say tell me a word to count. Okay, so when I press space, it's going to tell me a word to count, and it'll do it just that one time. And then if I hit spacebar right now, what's going to end up happening is it's just going to do length of apple and do that. But what we want to do is put the answer in like this. Okay, so it's going to take the answer that you ask right here, plug it in here, and it's going to count that for you. Okay, now I do have to add my length back in. I didn't mean to delete that. Let's go and do that. There we go. Now, the one thing with this right now is if I hit spacebar and they both are space bars, it's going to tell me a word to count, but it will check this right away. There's nothing in the answer, and it won't do anything. We'll do the first one, but then it will only see how it doesn't display like a count here. So what we want to do is put forever in here. And if we wanted to make this continual, we could do a forever here. We don't need to, but we can go ahead and we'll go ahead and hit the green flag. And now let's go ahead and hit space. So it's going to ask us, tell us a word to count. And right now it says 0 because we don't have anything in there. But let's go ahead and type in apple like we had before. And we get apple, and it says 5. Okay, now it doesn't ask us the question right now, but notice we have the box here. So we can do, let's say rabbit, which that would be 6, right? So if we hit enter on that, it does say tell me a word to count, so that's a little funky there, but it will do 6, and it will count that for you. And maybe you want to do spider, and it will do the same thing, count it to 6. And so that is, we could do red. This is kind of how you set this up using length here, and it will take the answer that you plug in there, and we'll go ahead and count the letters for you, and you can see our answer displayed up here. We don't have to have that displayed. We could go to sensing down here and check that off. You don't really need that. But it's just it's a really useful tool in Scratch, and actually something that you can use in other programming languages where you're going to count letters. Really, really helpful. And actually we can build on this later on. If you wanted to make a bigger program, you could actually use that count length of letter and length of the answer that you have and do some other things with it. So really useful tool. Hopefully you can use this and apply this in your coding. And if you want to refresh this, you just go ahead and hit the stop sign, go ahead and hit green flag, because then that will reset everything. And then you go ahead and hit space bar, and you're back to working with your program. Okay. All right, hopefully this helps you with your coding. Good luck.